To the channel, everybody. This is Books Nelson with That Me Bro Show, and we're going to do a deep dive on Russell Westbrook. So, we know that this is a good card because his diamond was a good card, and the diamond wasn't an elite shooter. So this is the same card, but he's an elite shooter. So now really what we're going to be looking for is, does he still have all the animations to come together to be the best out of the 6-3 cards? So let's see what he's bringing to the table for anybody who doesn't know about this card. The main thing is, you know what you're going to get out of Westbrook in terms of the slashing and the dunking and stuff. You see the dunks at a 95, ball handles at 95. Although I would say his post moves, his post fade and stuff is a little bit low considering he is a dominant post guard. But he's got a 95 perimeter defense. He's got a 90 rebound, which does separate him. This is going to be huge in triple threat online, and it might also play a factor in MyTeam Unlimited. I don't know, since not that many guards, that many small guards have very high rebounding, and he also has rebound chaser. Spoiler alert. I don't know how it affects MTU from what I've seen, but in Pro-Am, it does make a difference when you have good rebound ratings. Because those long rebounds, you snag them real quick and you get right out on the break. And obviously, it's going to be huge in triple threat. When your center box out, he's going to go get stuff way more than other guards are. So he's got the hustle. His block rating's really low. I think he might have chase down. We're going to look for that. If you have chase down on lateral, you don't need block rating pretty much because you still get the same block animations. It's because you see he's got a 99 speed. I mean, just basically as good as it gets. 99 acceleration, 97 vertical. I think on paper he might even be a little faster than his other card. Maybe his card topped out in high 90s. This one's all the way to the top. And let's go ahead and look at these badges. So this is the other thing. It is the Hall of Fame range extender. That's wow. So this, I mean, obviously this card is only distantly related to the actual Russell Westbrook. That's okay. They should have made this a resolution card if they're going to do that. But we're not here to talk about 2K's dedication to the real life attributes of these cards. We're here to talk about this card. So he's an elite shooter now. He's gone from a solid shooter in his diamond to a bad shooter to his previous pink diamonds to an elite shooter. And again, slashing badges. The only thing notable about his slashing badges is that he has Slithery on gold instead of Hall of Fame. I don't know what they're saving that for, but he's probably going to be just super juiced in that regard. And nothing missing. I guess when it comes to the playmaking badges, I mean, he's got Hall of Fame Dimer and Floor General, which is outstanding. Downhill's a complete waste of a badge on a character with a 99 speed. He's got Hall of Fame Space Creator and Gold Ankle Breaker, now Hall of Fame Ankle Breaker. Not a big deal, not even close to a criticism of the card, but it's worth noting that Hall of Fame, you can feel a bit of a difference between Hall of Fame Ankle Breaker and Gold, especially if you get playmaking takeover. With Hall of Fame Ankle Breaker, you're going to get a lot of really silly animations out of your opponent. You might still get him with Gold, but I don't know what takeover he's going to get. So we'll see with that. All right, so, did I look at the defensive badges? Let's look at the defensive badges. So Hall of Fame Clamps, Hall of Fame Pick Dodger, which is huge. That is huge. A lot of guards aren't coming out with this. And if, for some crazy reason, he did manage to compete with Dwayne Wade, because he is, I believe, only an inch shorter. Yeah, he is only an inch shorter. And he does have the same juice shooting. If he does overtake D. Wade for my point guard spot, that would be why, because D-Wade doesn't even have Pick Dodger at all, and he gets in a Hall of Fame, which is huge. He's also got that Hall of Fame Interceptor, which is huge, and he's got Intimidator on gold, Chase Down on gold, which is what we were talking about. You don't need a block rating if you've got great athleticism and Chase Down artist. So, and then there's that gold rebound chaser, which really separates him from a lot of the guards. So the same way Dwayne Wade's 90 block, you can definitely feel it. He gets blocks when he's contesting much bigger players going to the basket. This is a card that his rebounding may separate him, but you need to go in game to discover that. So let's get into it. So you see the hot zones are nearly perfect. They took this one hot zone from him for some reason. All right, sure. And the shot release is excellent. He had a good shot release already, but now it's even faster. It's very high, very floaty, very easy to see. It's not as fast as Dwayne Wade's. It's a little slower. So I don't think he'll be taking the spot from Wade in terms of the raw offensive power, because Wade is also an elite slasher. But if the difference for you is floor general and dimer, which is totally valid, then maybe you want him over Wade. I don't know. But we're going to find out more about that when we look at these animations. So let's look at his full court animations first, as we are wont to do. Oh my god, his crossover is so quick. His crossover is so quick I didn't even see it. The one negative about it is it didn't move him very much. Yeah, he just kind of tosses the ball in the other hand, which is not a bad thing. It's a good thing to be able to do that, but that's kind of more of a left stick thing. Yeah, he just kind of slings the ball into the other hand. I don't know if I've seen that crossover animation. His between the legs is okay, and the behind the back is very high level. It's just, I noticed they don't give a lot of cards the true like speed boost behind the back from Park, but he has the next best thing, which is he's gliding forward. There's no slowdown whatsoever. So let's look at his crossover behind the back. Okay, and he does the hezzy crossover behind the back. Let's see his between the legs behind the back. Oh wow, that's a goofy animation. That's really good. I just launched him over to the side, huh? Let's do that again. Wow. That's the crossover behind the back, which is it. The way it moves him is pretty deceptive. I could see that being effective. He's not trying to go between the legs for me though. Try that. I might be canceling his between the legs animation with his behind the back. Yeah, that's what's happening, because he is going between the legs, but it's canceling. That's strange. It's not a bad thing. It's just data, as you know I like to say. Yeah, so wow. So his between the legs and crossover are kind of similar when you combo them into the behind the back. But the thing is, the between the legs is faster. So if you want the faster option, between the legs behind the back is the one you want to go with. Let's see his. I don't usually look at this dribble, but let's see his double behind the back. Pretty good. Pretty good. That one is a killer with John Wall. He really, yeah, that's lovely. You can really stop in one direction. I don't talk about that dribble a lot, but it's a really good one. You can really throw people off with that, man. That's a super strong dribble that I don't see enough. Some park players use it, but even in a park, it's not utilized quite as much as it should be. That's really strong. He has a very, very strong version of that. Let's check out his in and out. Very good in and out. And you see he can move in the other direction, and a very nice layup animation. Westbrook's layups and dunks are some of the best in the game. That's why I anticipate him to probably be the best 6'3" guard, because he has any card that has animations that everybody in the park uses is usually going to be a super elite card, you know. So he doesn't have the behind the back teleport. That's interesting. All right, so let's see what else he's got going here. See a Sham God. Don't do that, Westbrook. I'm in front of my friends. That's a Sham God. Oh, he's got the double Sham God, where he goes back to the same hand. He kind of pats it again with the left hand. That's interesting. All right, let's see his double cross. He's got a lot of good full court animations. I'm going to be honest. Okay, so his double cross isn't good. He does that really slowly for some reason. Let's try it one more time. Oh, there it goes. Nope, that was user error. Okay, so with his double cross, I find it for some reason when they're full court, it's easier to execute it if you go 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock rather than 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock, if you guys get my meaning with the right stick. But yeah, I mean, he's basically got elite animations across the board in the full court. I don't know if we came on a truly bad one. It's more about options. I guess, if anything, his raw between the legs isn't... no, his raw between the legs is actually... it's mostly fine. He just has a little bit of a delay when he does his between the legs. But I think if you... Yeah, if you go to the behind the back, he actually cancels his between the legs delay. The same way Bam Adebayo and Jeff Green cancel their crossover. I've never seen anybody do it between the legs. Maybe I need to look at that more with other cards. Alrighty, so let's go into the... Did I skip anything? I didn't see the in and out, the running in and out. Let's look at that real quick. Oh my god, he like leaps all the way across screen. That's crazy. So now we have to look at his spin if his half spin is that good. I said in and out, I meant half spin. Sorry, I did the half spin again. Thinking about saying half spin, I did the half spin. His spin isn't that crazy in terms of the full court. It might be better off of the momentum, so we'll take a look at that. Alright, so first let's get into his hezzy. Let's see what kind of hezzies he's bringing to the table. So he does not have the Pro 3 Hezi. So I automatically, he has not dislodged Dwayne Wade, because Dwayne Wade's Pro 3 into the fastest shot in the game is still, for me, the best weapon on the perimeter, period. That's my subjective point of view, but whether or not it's a good weapon is not subjective at all. It's phenomenal. All right, let's check his... Okay, so the bright side for Russ is because he's so fast, and he's got the Hall of Fame quick first step, his left trigger is almost as good as the Pro 3. It's not quite Pro 3 level, but it's almost as good as the Pro 3. Let's reverse direction. Yeah, it's definitely usable. And because he has the Jimmy Butler Park step back, that's another weapon. And Dwayne Wade's step back is definitely inferior. Alright, so that's cheese. So let's see his Hezi into the jumper. Excellent. Very good timing on that. Yeah, really, really nice timing on that. The only thing is the jumper is... Now, when I say slow, keep in mind, I'm speaking in the elite realm, right? I'm not saying slow like, you know, Jim Jackson or something like that. I mean slow for the cards I'm comparing him to, which are the elite cards in the game, because he is at the upper end of the game. I mean, honestly, if this card was 6'7", I'd say he's the best point guard in the game, or close to it. You know, I would definitely have him competing with LeBron if he was 6'7". It's only because he's 6'3" that we're even having a conversation about whether he's, you know, the best 6'3", or can he remove Dwayne Wade. For me personally, LeBron and Dwayne Wade are the 2 point guards I would prefer to have. I know people love Magic, but I would rather have range extender and Dwayne Wade's completely broken perimeter tools than anything I've seen from Magic. Not saying Magic's a bad card, but Dwayne Wade plays good enough on defense that I don't need Magic as a defensive card. And quite frankly, I've eaten Magic alive with LeBron, so I don't really believe in him. He's definitely not a defensive card I feel comfortable off-balling with. So in that sense, I prefer Wade's tools to Magic's tools. So it really is, does Westbrook compete in that area? To be honest with you, he probably competes. I would say it might be subjective. If somebody told me they preferred Westbrook to Wade, considering he does have two badges that Wade does not have, in Hall of Fame Dimer and Hall of Fame Pick Dodger, right? That's basically 8 badges he has over Wade, because Wade doesn't have any version of it. I could see liking Westbrook over Wade for that reason, especially with the Hall of Fame range extender. But we're going to get more into his dribbles, but I just wanted to feel this out. So I would say his hesitation game, not as good as Wade's. His step back game is better than Wade's. But considering Wade's hesitation game is truly elite, that's dealer's choice. That's a personal choice. But I will say, unlike most cards who don't have the Pro 3 hesitation, his left trigger hesitation is better than everybody else's because of his speed and because of this signature step back, right? So he can left trigger and he can immediately do whatever he wants to do. And it's really fast. I don't know if you guys can see it on screen, but I'm tapping left trigger and I can really go into whatever I want. And because of that elite step back animation, you can branch into so many other things. And again, with the range extender, branching into his step back is also threatening into branching into a shot, you know? So you can left trigger, step back, shoot immediately, and that's an excellent shot for him. You can left trigger, step back, crossover, and you see how fast that was. That was incredibly fast. So with him versus D Wade, to be honest, it's kind of looking like a pick'em. I prefer D Wade because of that Pro 3. That's just and how quick his hesitation is. But that doesn't mean I wouldn't use Westbrook at all. I could see having him as my third guard. He's definitely my best available third guard. I'm running probably like Murray or Jeremy Lin or something like that as my third guard. Maybe, yeah, something like that. Or like a Donovan Mitchell. I do think he's better than all of those guys. All right, so another thing about this card. So you guys may know that the behind the back was buffed a little bit. They took out some of the slowdown, right? It's not completely useless as a dribble move. You see that there? He's not warping all the way across the map, but it is a useful dribble move. And I will say, his is probably the best I have felt so far. His feels closest to the pre-patch version, which brings more to his momentum behind the back. That makes that a stronger option for him, you know? And considering he can momentum into this goated step back, that's That's sick. I mean, I think the card is sick, to be honest with you. I think the card is like really ridiculous. And I was going to buy him for you guys and sell him back because I picked him up for about 80K. I was going to, I don't have time to sit here online. I'm on a deadline. So, I'm happy I got him for even that much. But yeah, I would say I'm probably going to wind up keeping this card, to be totally honest with you. And I might just sell my homie Walt Frazier. He just has no place in the lineup anymore, unfortunately. Sad days. And I know he's down to like 20K now. I probably could have gotten 10 more K for him a day or two ago. But it is what it is. Walt served me well. Loved the card for the time that he was. One of the greatest defensive cards in the game. And still a better defender than Westbrook. But not enough of a distance to pass up on how deadly Westbrook is going to be from range extender. All right. So what other dribbles do we need to look at here? So we saw the momentum. We saw the double momentum. We saw his left trigger stuff. Let's look at his snatchback. See how quick he does snatchback into the shot. His isn't the fastest. It's okay. Some cards, like in particular Reggie Jackson, he has a really good version of it because he's missing some frames on his snatchback. So he snatches back into his shot really quickly. Whereas Westbrook is good, but it's not, nothing to speak about. It's just a standard. Which again for him is great because you have to respect his drive so much that once they gave him Hall of Fame range extender, that snapback is going to combine well with his hop back, and he can go right back into his attack off of that as well, And he can actually watch out when you're doing this step back. Don't press forward too quick because he can cancel his step back. All right, so you see how he's going back quickly. You can cancel his step back early, which means you might be able to cancel it with a dribble. Let me see. Try and cancel this with a. Okay, you can't really cancel it with a momentum dribble by doing it faster. Actually, you know what? It does look like he's killing some frames. Yeah, looks like he's killing some frames off of that. Yeah, he is killing some frames off of that. So if you combo that directly into the momentum dribble, so you can do it back twice and then go directly into the momentum dribble, So you can do a full one, a mini one, and then go into the momentum dribble as well. He just has a ton of tools. You don't even have to do that because his charge out of that is like actually faster than the momentum. But it's just a nice option to have because you can combo out of the momentum, whereas you can't combo out of just charging to the basket. But yeah, he's got a tremendous amount of tools. Basically, elite animations everywhere. We already know he has probably the best dunk packages as far as guards go. At least arguably the best dunk package. But we'll run through it real quick. See what his dunks looks like, if you're not already familiar. But yeah, he's just got some of the best dunks in the game. And since this isn't 2K18 where doing back scratchers is an auto block, and that's also really excellent if someone's in front of you. Those back scratchers are elite if someone's in front of you, gonna bang right on their heads, or get a foul animation or a contact animation or something. So, Westbrook is what we thought he was. I didn't have a deep dive on this channel with Westbrook, so I'm glad we got to get into it, especially now that the behind the back dribble is nerfed. That was the most important dribble in the game before, but now the hesitation is the most important dribble in the game. And Russell not only has a good hesitation for shooting, a great hesitation for shooting, but he also has the best left trigger hesitation to compensate for the fact that he doesn't have the best, he doesn't have the Pro 3 hesitation. So yeah, I mean, this card is amazing. He should definitely cook for you. If some people felt he was the best point guard in the game, that wouldn't shock me. I still think it's LeBron, but I think this card is definitely amazing. I do think he's worth the... Yeah, I would say he's worth the MT for the card. Is he going for about 80K right now? Yeah, I would say he's definitely worth 80K because he's competing with Derrick Rose and Gilbert Arenas and all these other cards, and he's at least nose to nose with everybody. If you felt he was better than everybody, I'm probably inclined to agree that he's better than every card 6'3" and under. Over 6'3", where you start to get to Dwayne Wade and stuff, that's where I think it's more about, well, what's your play style and this, that, and the other. And also, I do think it's about how the card feels defensively. He's got excellent defensive stats. He's got that chase down with the great athleticism. So he might overperform defensively. So I would say to keep your eye out for that. And also the rebounding. A lot of people aren't going to talk about the rebounding A lot of people aren't going to talk about the rebounding, but it may be a factor. And if you have the card, I would say before you got rid of him, unless you're getting rid of him for a profit, like my boy Slam you did on my council. I'm glad you got that MT, bro. Yeah, unless you're getting rid of him for a profit, I would definitely say you might want to run the card to see if you like him if you run smaller guards. Now, if you don't run smaller guards, you're already running LeBron and Magic and Ben Simmons, so I guess you're just looking at this video because you like really short two guards, which I do think might even be viable for Westbrook. I would also say give the card a shot to defend, not Michael Jordan, but any other card, like cards that aren't quite that elite in the post. Give it a shot. He might do a good enough job for you to run at the 2, because there are some really good smaller guards at the 2, like your Buddy Hields, who's only 6'4". So if somebody's running Buddy Hield, you can run LeBron at the 1 and Westbrook at the 2 and just be super fast, super athletic. Your rebounding is going to be there. You've got Intimidator and Range Extender and all the good stuff. And depending on what they're doing defensively, you have a double option at point guard. And if you're running Dwayne Wade at the 1 and you run a really small backcourt, at least you know you've got Hall of Fame floor general and gold dimer. I mean Hall of Fame dimer, excuse me, on this card as well. All right, so those are the tools for Westbrook. It's to wrap up the character. I mean, basically he's elite in virtually every way. The only thing I would change about the character is to give him Pro 3 rather than whatever hesitation he has. But even with that, which is normally kind of a glaring weakness versus a card like Wade or Brandon Roy that does have Pro 3, with Westbrook it's not as big of a deal because he's so fast that left trigger hesitation kind of outright almost replaces Pro 3. Almost replaces it. Not quite replaces it, but definitely usable, particularly since he's also combining it with a better step back than Dwayne Wade or Brandon Roy have. So it's kind of a give or take. If you're more of a step back person, then you might lean towards Westbrook, because the step back is very easy to implement into your game plan. Very easy to combo out of, and you have a lot of options out of it, both shooting and driving in either direction, and even around pick and roll. You know, if you're on that pick and roll and you kind of step back and go behind the back and go around the pick and roll for a more subtle use of the dribble, you're in really good shape. And I'm hearing KD Shah says KD has a Pro 3 hesitation. Yeah, I wish the 2K gods would bless me with that KD, man. I could show you guys what he's doing. You know, show you what he's all about. He's probably the best offensive perimeter card in the game. I don't think that makes him worth 500 KMT because of how good everybody else is, but I do think he's probably the best offensive perimeter card in the game. But he is a one-position player, so that's that. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for Russell Westbrook. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you have not already. And also, I don't usually ask this, but go ahead and share these videos. We're rapidly climbing up to that first 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate you all for the likes, the follows, the comments. I mean, honestly, I have, as far as I'm concerned, just one of the greatest communities on YouTube and in 2K period. And I really appreciate you guys. I mean, it's just been relentless positivity and great feedback and intelligent feedback across the board. So yeah, so thank you all for that, and let's keep it going. Like I said, the more you guys support the channel, the more I will continue to provide content. All right, so and I'm enjoying myself. I'm glad you guys are enjoying yourselves, and I'll see you in a few. Yo, thanks so much, Andrew M. I will see y'all in the next one. I hope this helped you all. Peace.